Lights flash when the signal's green. Everything sharp, everything clean. I don't blink, I don't hesitate. Full send, yeah, I accelerate. No more time, no rewind. I'm already crossing the line. Hyperdrive, we gon' live, burn it all. Feel the climb, hands up high. No divide, hyperdrive. Hyperdrive.
blood and thunder shape my footsteps, cracking stone beneath my stride. Every roar inside my ribcage signals rage I cannot hide. I have held back endless fury, tried to chain the beast within, but the battlefield awakens what I've long refused to begin. If the enemy surrounds me, if their power starts to swell, I will break the final seal and drag them screaming into hell. Overdrive, berserker soul, lose control but claim the goal. Every slash a primal blast, every roar a spell recast. Through the darkness, through the toll, I unleash the berserker soul. Veins ignite like burning magma, pulse explodes with savage might. I can feel my vision tunnel, see the battlefield ignite. Every blow becomes a rampage, every step a cracking quake. I destroy the creeping terror, turn their courage into break. Even when the wounds grow deeper, even when my bones collide, I will tear through all resistance with the fury I can't hide. Overdrive, berserker soul, lose control but claim the goal. Every slash a primal blast, every roar a spell recast. Through the darkness, through the toll, I unleash the berserker soul. All the shadows flee my warpath, all the fear dissolves in fire. I become the howling tempest, giving madness full empire. When the battlefield stops shaking, when the ashes lose their glow, I remain the silent monster, berserker soul, stand tall. Overdrive, berserker soul, lose control but claim the goal. Every slash a primal blast, every roar a spell recast. Through the darkness, through the toll, I unleash the berserker soul.
Iron plates collide like thunder, floors tremble from the blast. Sweat ignites across my shoulders, I refuse to finish last. Every rep becomes a war cry, every strain a sharpened blade. Pressure building in my rib cage, from the progress that I've made. Pain is just a forged reminder that my limits aren't real walls. If I push with burning fury, every weakness cracks and falls. Feel the iron pulse ascension, rising past the old dimension. Every breath becomes a strike, every second battle like. Lift Pressurizing in my ribcage, breathe erupts in molten waves. Every second stokes the furnace, every heartbeat fiercely raves. Sweat streaks down like liquid lightning, arms collapse beneath the load. Still I charge through burning tension, still I rise in overload. If the fire grips my muscles, if the tremors fill my veins, I ignite the surge uprising, turn my effort into gains. Pressure surge uprising, go. Let your inner fire grow. Every moment, every grind shapes the courage in your mind. Push the tempo, push the heat. Pressure surge will not Lifts her up like sharpened thunder, baseline pounds beneath my feet. Still I face the crashing torment, never letting failure cheat. Every motion builds my spirit, every strain refines my will. Pressure forms the foundation that ascends me up the hill. When collapse begins to corner, when exhaustion dims my spark, I invoke the surge uprising, burn the fear out of the dark. Pressure surge uprising, go. Let your inner fire grow. Every moment, every grind shapes the courage in your mind. Push the tempo, push the heat. Pressure surge will not retreat. Through the thundering ignition, through the iron repetition. Pressure forged in sweat's embrace, turns uprising into through the strain and burning cage. Pressurized becomes my Shards of light are breaking through the cracks around my soul. Every beam a fragment of the things I can't control. I run into the brilliance as it splinters through the dark. A radiant explosion from a long forgotten spark. Every flash reveals the truth, burning through my fading youth. I won't hide behind the proof. I break through, fought and shattered, blaze into the night, tear the shadows from my side. Every fracture turns to fire, fought and shattered, lift me higher. Pieces of the moment tear apart the silent void. Everything that held me down is something I destroy. I chase the bursting colors as they scatter through the sky. An ever-burning signal that I finally feel alive. Light breaks, heart wakes, every fear evaporates. I'd rise, no disguise. This is where my future lies. Fold and shadow. Beneath the sky. Only silver me fire. Fold and shadow. Lift me higher. Lift me higher. Your voice cuts through the static in my head, pulling me from places full of dread. Every note you sing becomes a guide, pulling me toward where the truth resides. We are tuned to signals left behind, searching through the chaos in our minds. Nothing keeps us from the path ahead. No regret, no regret.
I hear the way you echo through the storm. Every melody becomes my form. Even when the noise begins to rise, I can hear the truth behind your lies. We are breaking out of every cage, running past the edges of our age. Nothing in this frequency can hide. Side by side, side by side.
Tune the lines until we resonate. Split apart but never separate. Split frequency.
Two hearts drifting into holiday.
Split frequency.
Whoa. Rising through the waves of destiny,
Frequency.
binding us eternally.
Split frequency.
Binding us eternally.
Signals bending as we cross the sound. Every heartbeat shakes the battleground. Through the static we can still unite. Hold me tight, hold me tight.
We're the echo breaking through the gray, rising where the shadows fall away. Nothing in the noise can drown our plea. You and me, you and me.
Tune the lines until we resonate.
Split apart but never separate.
Split frequency.
Two hearts drifting into holiday.
Split to. Every slash of warped illusion, every hit they can't pursue. I become a living flashpoint, crashing through their faulty aim. I am speed beyond perception, I'm the glitch they cannot tame. If the timeline starts to stagger, if the air begins to bend, I will warp beyond the fracture, turn the clash to my own end. Warp strike, overrun, engage, break the battlefield and stage. Every blink a lethal turn, every step a swift turn through dimensions. I outrun victory, already won. If they track my fading shadow, if they sense my phantom trail, I will jump through higher layers, shift the fight and make them fail. Warp light spinning in a spiral space, compressed around my run. I'm the storm they cannot anchor. Warp strike, overrun, be gone. Warp strike, overrun, be gone. Every breath becomes a war cry, every footstep stirs the ground. Sweat ignites like scattered embers, heartbeats clash and thunder sound. Muscles coil with rising tension, vision sharpens in the heat. Still I launch the strike momentum, raise the vanguard with my feet. If the pressure starts collapsing, if the fire starts to bite, I unleash the vanguard instinct, drive my power through the fight. Momentum strike, vanguard, cut the limits, claim the skies. Every second builds the flame, every movement shapes my name. Push the tempo, push the light. Vanguard power in the fight. Let's explode like breaking metal, base ignites the burning core. Still I march through endless trials, still I chase the distant score. Every tremor fuels my spirit, every rep refines my stance. I become the rising vanguard, claim the right to my advance. When fatigue begins its whisper, when my strength is growing thin, I recall the vow I'm holding. Push the strike and dive back in. Moonsen strike, vanguard, cut the limits, claim the skies. Every second builds the flame, every movement shapes my name. Push the tempo, push the light. Vanguard power in the fight. Through the sweat and raw persistence, through the flame of my existence, I ignite the vanguard call. Rise again and never fall. The Momsen, carved through sweat and scars. Vanguard, rising past the stars. Crimson lines erupt like lightning, dead cracks beneath my eyes. I can feel the circuits trembling, hear the city's cracking cries. Every warning blinks in panic, every code begins to tear. But I channel raging voltage, turn the overload to flare. rush beyond the safety. Turn the flicker to a throw. Crimson pathways roar within me. Chaos bends beneath my head. The frenzy I take over. Through the frenzy I command. Engines cooling, but the pulse remains. Every echo running through my veins. Even when the motion should be done, I'm still burning like a second sun. Tire marks written in the street. Every ghost step stuck to my feet. We crossed the line, but didn't stop. Let it drop, let it drop. When the rush refuses to decay, we ride the residue and stay. Overdrive residue. Still moving like we never knew to lose. Overdrive residue. Every second screaming deja vu. Residue. Speed is what we're tethered to. Residue. Speed is what we're tethered to. Silence hums with leftover sound. Waves and humming underground. I can't slow the rhythm in my chest. Acceleration never lets me rest. If the night demands we settle down, I'll outrun the shape of that command. We don't fade when motion's through. Still with you, still with you. When the rush refuses to decay, we ride the residue and stay. Overdrive residue. Still moving like we never knew to lose. Overdrive residue. Every second screaming deja vu. Residue. Speed is what we're tethered to. Residue. Speed is what we're tethered to.
Sweat burst fast across my
fractured frames of broken light. I can feel the timelines tremble as I charge into the fight. Shards of futures crack like crystal voices, echo late and lost. But I push through swirling chaos, no matter what the shift may cost. If the timeline tries to bind me, if the moments break apart, I will tear through frozen instants with the fire in my heart. Chrono breaker uprising, all the seconds reorganizing. Every heartbeat warping fate, every footstep resonates through distortion, through delay. I carve out a brand new way. Clock and shattered into spirals, hours melt into the ground. All the visions rearranging, try to mute my battle sound. But I race through shifting patterns, turn the fragments into force. Every glitch becomes an ally when I choose my altered course. Even if the clocks collapse now, even if time loses shape, I will pierce the looping nightmare, find a doorway, find escape. Chrono breaker uprising, all the seconds reorganizing. Every heartbeat warping fate, every footstep resonates through distortion, through delay. I carve out a brand new Let the future fall behind me, let the past unravel thin. I will break the rules that bind me, rewrite while life began. Through the fractures I keep running, through the flickers I ignite. Chrono breaker never falters, I command the flow of night. Chrono breaker now rising, all the seconds reorganizing. Every heartbeat warping fate, every footstep resonates through distortion, through delay. I carve out a brand new way.
Iron core ignites inside me, lifts you up like breaking chains. Every rep becomes a warpath, every breath a force that rains. Sweat drips heavy down my knuckles, arms are shaking from the strain. Still I lift with iron purpose, feed the fire in my veins. When the pressure grows relentless, when fatigue surrounds my frame, I evoke the raid formation, summon power through my flame. Iron core red anthem rise, shake the earth and split the skies. Every heartbeat pounding steel, every moment sharp and real. Raise the limits, take control. Iron core ignites my soul. Caution rattles like an earthquake, kicks off roaring fierce and wild. Still I grind through rising tension, still my spirit won't be riled. Every second marks a conquest, every struggle has a tear. I ascend through iron training, raise the doubts and crush the fear. If the weight begins collapsing, if the fire starts to fade, I ignite my inner war cry, join the raid on a flame. forevermore. Iron core anthem rise, shake the earth and split the skies. Every heartbeat pounding steel, every moment sharp and real. Rate the limits, take control. Iron core ignites.
Speed is breaking through the frame. Every motion screaming out your name. Pressure rising through my veins, burning hotter than electric flames. Running past the lines we used to know, chasing shadows through the afterglow. Nothing left but everything we face. Feel the race, feel the race. Drop the brake and leave the past behind. We're tearing through the crash vector line. Crash vector, cut through space until the lines fracture. Oh, crash vector, run the night with reckless rapture. The line, crash vector, nothing but velocity after. Every echo shaking in the air, every heartbeat pulling everywhere, breaking rules that never held us down, rising far above the battleground. We accelerate into the storm, every second taking newer form. Feel the chaos bending to the sound, breaking ground, breaking ground. Drop the brake and leave the past behind. We're tearing through the crash vector line. Crash vector, cut through space until the lines fracture. Oh, crash vector, run the night with reckless rapture. Crash vector, never run velocity Pressure builds under iron skies. Every warning light ignites. Rain cuts sideways through the lane, washes out the old refrain. We were stuck in loops that never end. Now the storm is our best friend. Every strike rewrites the ground. Hear the sound, hear the sound. Pull the switch, erase the tether. We survive the hard reset weather.
Hard reset.
Let the storm decide what's left.
Hard reset.
Break the cycle, no regret.
Reset.
From the wreckage we ascend. Thunder answers when we shout, turns our doubt inside out. Wind carries what we can't repair, leaves us lighter than in the air. If we fail, we fail ahead. Not asleep, but fully fed. Every bolt a brand new start. Guard your heart, guard your heart.
Hard reset.
Let the storm decide what's left.
Hard rep becomes ignition. Every breath a molten roar. Through the fire I keep climbing, chasing strength I can't ignore.
When the fear begins to spread, when the flames surround our core, we unite a rising courage, push the limit evermore. Binary flare, ascend as rise, turn the shadows into skies. Every heartbeat, every flame, fuel the fire in our name. Side by side the power blends. Binary flare, the climb ascends. If collapse begins its whisper, if my strength begins to slip, I ignite the burning flare, hold my heart in iron grip.
If the fire grows unstable, if fatigue begins its pull,
I embrace the heated chaos, push the storm until it's full. Through the trial, through the shaking, through the flame that's always waking, we ascend in molten air, rising as a dual flare. Binary flare, ascend as rise, turn the shadows into skies. Every heartbeat, every flame, fuel the fire in our name. Side by side the power blends. Binary flare, the climb ascends. Through the pressure, past the break, rise together, no mistake. Burn the weakness, forge the form, climb as one through every storm. Binary flare in pure transcendence. Ascenders born of fire and presence. Iron close but never touch your lane. Still I feel the heat you make. Every moment we match the pace, separate but face to face.
I can hear you through the roar, like I've run this road before.
Even if we never meet, you're with me in every
Beat.
I don't look, but I still know you're the shadow, keeping close every turn you anticipate. Parallel but inseparate.
We don't cross but we align, two timelines in perfect time. If the road begins to bend, we don't end, we transcend.
Side by side, no need to merge. Two flames rising with the surge.
Parallel burn, two lives racing with the same return. Parallel burn,
Every mile makes the pressure turn. Burn different paths, one inferno word. Even if the lights go out,
we keep moving, no reroute.
different worlds, identical speed. That's the way we're built to be. Side by side, no need to merge. Two flames rising with the surge.
Parallel burn, two lives racing with the same return. Parallel burn,
Every mile makes the pressure turn. Burn different paths, one inferno word. Different paths, one inferno word. Quiet, it breaks before the sound. Every thought spins underground. Counting friends between the beats, waiting for the moment's teeth. When it hits too fast. Solid shadows into glass. Every nerve is set alight. Here tonight, here tonight. Hold your breath, no more to science. Waiting might be overclocked silence. Overcry. Breathe the hush until it shocks. clouds erupt in silver streams. I ascend the roaring jet waves, split the sky in burning beams. Every wing beat shakes the heavens, every dive a streak of fire. I accelerate through headwinds, fueled by unrelenting desire. If the turbulence grows violent, if the pressure crushes down, I will rise past breaking altitudes, where the sky just like a crown. Skybreaker ascension, rise, cut a pathway through the skies. Every gust becomes my drive, every storm a place to dive. Through the crosswind sharp and wild, I ascend unbound and styled. Lightning coils beneath my tailspin, thunder crashes in my wake. Still I dodge the aerial crossfire, beat the storm at its own stake. Every tilt defines my courage, every dive refines my aim. I conduct the winds around me, turn the chaos into flame. Even if my jet begins to spiral, even if the sky grows thin, I will push through fading oxygen, start the climb and soar again. Skybreaker ascension, rise, cut a pathway through the skies. Every gust becomes my drive, every storm a place to dive. Through the crosswind sharp and wild, I ascend unbound and styled. When the sun breaks through the thunder, when the horizon spreads in gold, I will fly with burning valor, write my legend uncontrolled. Through the sky's unending layers, through the winds that scream and churn. Skybreaker ascends forever till the final clouds all burn. I ran my lane with fire in my chest, never known where the path would end.
Every turn I took alone, still I felt I wasn't on my own.
When the road began to narrow down, I could hear you breathing in the sound. Different stars, the same intent.
This was never accident. I chased the edge in a different way, cut my corners, learn to stay. Every mile you wrote my view,
Still the distance led to you.
when the lines began to intertwine.
I could feel the timing line.
No retreat, no second guess.
Forward pressed, forward pressed.
All the paths we had to ride,
For the cavalier zone.
converging right. Every word we choice becomes one. Converging right. No escape, we rise the winds up. Finish what we've begun.
Every risk, every delay, but it's here the only right.
Is the future breaks or bends, we converge and don't reset. On the paths we had to ride. Converging right. Every word we choice becomes one. Converging right. No escape, we rise the wind up.
Finish what leaves me.
Iron sparks across the platform, every lifted glowing forge. Pressure burns into my sinews, heat erupts like molten gorge. Breath There's the hidden furnace burning deep inside my wine. Red for dominion claim. Build your body, build your name. Every second fuels your growth. Every rep becomes your oath. In the fire you ascend. Rebel's power has no end. I am steel refined in hardship. I am strength rebuilt from dust. Through the rap for transformation, rise with discipline and trust. Dominion, force and fire bright. Rep for rising through the night.
We climb the air like stepping into light, pulling strength from every fight. Wings of motion built from what we faced, side by side with mirrored pace. I can feel your heartbeat through the wind, pushing me to rise again. Even if the climb gets steep, we don't sleep, we don't sleep.
Breathing hard but never losing hold, rising through the thin and cold. Every push is lifting us higher, feeding off a shared desire.
You pull forward, I match stride, two silhouettes in a rising tide. If we fall, we rise again. Tell me when, tell me when.
Take my hand,
We'll break the altitude.
twin frames rising from the feud.
Twin frame ascent, two hearts climbing without relent. Twin frame ascent, breaking clouds with our intent. Ascend, rising past the firmament. Pressure drops, but spirits rise. Skyline falling from our eyes.
Every trial makes us bold. We ascending uncontrolled.
Take my hand, we'll break the altitude. Twin frames rising from the feud.
Twin frame ascent, two hearts climbing without relent.
Twin frame ascent, breaking clouds with our intent. Ascend,
Rising past the firmament.
twin frame ascent, two hearts climbing without relent. Twin frame ascent, breaking clouds with our intent.